Hello and welcome back to yet another redstone tutorial video. Today in this video I will show you guys how to make a quad zero tick farm. So it can grow 4 different types of crops in a zero tick format, so therefore they grow basically instantaneously. So without further ado, let's get right into this. So underneath me here, we have the zero tick farm. So right now I currently have sugarcane in it, but this thing, like I said, can grow 4 crops. And those 4 crops are bamboo, kelp, cactus, and sugarcane. That's right. Any one of those 4, it can grow almost instantly or at least faster than the crop originally grows in nature. So this is an extremely useful farm. If you need to get like high quantities of paper, sugar, kelp for either eating as food, which I don't understand why you would do that. Ugh, no, just don't do that. Or if you need to use it for fuel, which is a better alternative for kelp, bamboo, which you can turn into scaffolding, also used for fuel, etc. So let's get into the demonstration. This is the entire machine right here. As you can see, it's relatively light on redstone. There's absolutely just about no redstone inside the box. It's all just sand and sugarcane and whatnot. So, yeah, it is very light on redstone. All you have to have is a couple of pistons, torches, dust, etc. And when I come over here and flip this lever, the farm activates. It is rather loud here. So, and you can see it is now producing sugarcane. It looks kind of slow from here, but as you can see, sugarcane is going in. It looks like I have the hoppers slightly off, but I guess that's fine for now. And man, do I need to turn down my sound settings. Here, let's do that real quick. There we go. That's better. Okay, so as you see, it is producing sugarcane, and I put the hoppers in the wrong spot, so yeah, that sugarcane normally will come into here or whatever other crop it is, but right now it's kind of landing there, and as you can see, it has grown extremely fast. And just to prove that I don't have my random tick speed up or anything like that, you can see that my random tick speed is set to 1, which is the game average. So now, to demonstrate how it zero ticks some other crops, all you have to do, come in here and place down your other crop, so bamboo in this case, and then I would suggest sealing it back up, of course. And once you do that, you can hit the lever again, and as you can see, it is now zero ticking the bamboo. The bamboo works much quicker than the sugarcane because overall it is a faster growing plant. So now turn that off. It's a little different with cactus and kelp, and I will show you how to customize it for cactus and kelp. For cactus, all you really have to do is break the corner blocks in each slot. So as you can see, I have broken the corner blocks. You can sadly not do 4 at a time, only 2 with the cactus. But as you soon will see, it does still work. It has roughly the same growth speed as sugarcane and pops out at almost the same amount that sugarcane does. I would say it might even be the same amount. I would have to check into that. But yes, and then the last crop, which would be kelp. So all you have to do is make sure this is all filled in. And then make sure you have your glass panes on for this one. It's important to have the glass on for this one. You can take water, just come up here, fill this in. And now you can see water is all flowing down there. So you take your kelp, and if I can do this, place it in there. And once you have all the kelp in place, you can go ahead and hit the lever. And as you can see, it is now zero ticking kelp at a very quick pace. Like, this is going incredibly fast for a zero tick farm. So yes, now you can have infinite amounts of any resource you need, whether it is cactus, sugarcane, kelp, or bamboo. So now we are into the tutorial part of this video, and I will be showing you, of course, how to make this farm. So you can have them in your survival worlds where I would suggest use them, or if you just want to try it out on a creative test world, then go ahead. But these are the materials you will need. You can pause the video here and I'll go over it real quick. 4 sticky pistons, 12 sand, a stack of any type of block. It doesn't have to be smooth stone, and that's not the actual amount, so I just did a stack because if you don't have a stack of something like cobblestone, you may need to reevaluate your priorities. But anyway, 11 redstone dust, 2 chests, 4 hoppers, 4 torches, 1 redstone repeater, a lever, 4 slabs, can be any type of slab, does not have to be smooth stone, and then 4 pistons. And then obviously any of the crops you want to AFK, it just has to be 4 of every single one except for cactus. Cactus, it has to be 2. So once you have all your materials, you can get ready to build. Alright, let's now get right into building this thing. So first of all, we are going to start with making our clock circuit. So for that, create a T-shape out of stone bricks in whichever way you want, doesn't really matter. Well, this will determine where your farm faces, so if you want your farm to like face this way, you would build the T-shape there, but if you want it to face that way, you build it like this. But you get the point. So now, once you have the T-shape, break the middle block, place a repeater like that, make sure it's facing into there. Now place a torch there, place 1 piece of dust underneath right here, and then place your lever right here. As you can see, you now have a toggleable clock circuit, so when I flick the lever, it'll turn off, flick it again, it turns back on. So after that, we are going to have to place in the sticky pistons. So for that, we're going to need to place a block right here, and then a trail of 1 piece of redstone right there. It should light up. Next, you're going to want to come over 1 block and then come over 4 like this. After that, place another row of blocks right here, pistons on top of it facing this direction, then break the ones underneath. Now string dust behind here, and they all should go forward, just like that. Next, you're going to want to take a row of blocks, just like that, in front of the piston heads and next to that repeater. And you are going to want to place sand by the piston heads. So there you go. Now all the piston heads are connected to that block of sand. And then another row of sand on top of the head, just like that. And then another row on top of that last row of sand. So it looks just like this from the side, from the back. Okay. Next, you are going to want to take a row of solid blocks and place, well, 2 rows of solid blocks up on top of the sand, just like that. So it creates a barrier in between this block and that block. And now you are going to want to place another row of blocks just like that, 1 on top of that, and then 1 last one on the very top. Also do the same on the back on top of the pistons, so more rows of blocks just like that. And when you are finished, it should look like this from the top, sides, front, yeah. Next, you are going to cap off the sides, so just build like this. And on this side, though, make sure to leave this block open, and then build up just like that. Do the same on the other side, so you can build like here. Make sure not to break any of the components you placed before, and that should do it on this side. So there you go, that is the entire zero-tick mechanism finished. And now I will go on to the collection system and braking system. So for the braking system first, you're going to want to place 1 block right here, and 1 torch. If you do it correctly, the torch should depower. Another block, another torch, 1 more block, and 1 more torch. So now you have that finished. Come over here, place a row of blocks out like that, so 4 blocks away from the torch. And then you're going to want to place your normal pistons just like this on the side of the row of blocks. Make sure it is only 1 block away from the top of your farm, and 1 block underneath the level that the torch is on. Now just string dust right across these blocks behind the pistons. So after that, you're going to want to create walls around the farm. So just go like this and build a simple solid block wall right around the farm. And as you can see, I now have walls around the farm. And I would suggest doing 1 more layer. It'll be useful once you get onto the roof of the farm. But yes, so just 1 more layer like that. Now we have to make this work for zero-ticking not bamboo, but sugarcane. And obviously you're going to have water somewhere. So you're going to come back to the farm, look at this row of blocks, go 2 down, break out a row like this, and then move that row just right here, leave an empty air pocket there. Come back to the front of the farm, break these right here, and then take your water and just place it in here like that. Now you can fill this back up. And there you go. That is the entire braking system complete. Now for collection, all you're going to need is your hoppers and chest. Come here, place your chest right there. I would suggest doing a double chest, but of course it doesn't have to be. Next, you're going to want to have all your hoppers feed into the chest. So just like that. 1 more over here. And for the final part, place any type of block right here. So I would suggest you do glass or anything along the lines of glass so you can actually see inside the farm, but of course you can do solid blocks if that's what you want to do. So yes, just come right here and place your line of solid blocks here. Right here should do it. Of course it has to be a non-solid block above the chest so you can open it up. But there we go. You could even use glass blocks if you wanted to. That would also work. But I'm just using panes for the demonstration. So that is all finished right there. And now for the last part, come here, build up like that. I'm going to have to break these panes just for building this. But you build the roof, delete these 4 blocks, and replace it with 4 slabs. So that block was the one right above the sand. And that is so you can 0-tick kelp. So now the farm is 100% complete. So for a demonstration of this one, you can go in. I'll just go in real quick and I'll place bamboo down. And when I activate it, after I place these panes, it should be 0-ticking the bamboo. As you can see, the bamboo is now getting 0-ticked. And it all is coming right in here. Lots of bamboo, very quickly. You could get a lot of scaffolding from that. Don't see why you would need so much scaffolding though. Maybe you're building a huge project. Who cares? Anyway, so now for the last part of this video. Keeping this farm good and working, so it's kind of like the farm maintenance part of the video. So just a few helpful tips. Whenever you're using this farm, always come down here and check to make sure there are no blocks right here. So this was the block I told you not to fill in earlier. If there are any sand blocks right here, you should break them immediately because that will stop the farm from working. So yeah. Another thing is if you want to swap this out for kelp, all you have to do is go in, of course, break the current crop you are growing in here. So that would be bamboo for me. And then fill in your solid blocks. Make sure to do that or else things will get messy with the water. And then come up here and then just fill this in with water. As you can see, it's now all got water. And then you can plant kelp there, and the kelp should grow very quickly. And I'll place that back again. And as you can see, we are now getting lots and lots of kelp, all coming through the system. So there we go. And one last thing, every once in a while, one of the blocks will break. Here, let me real quick grab all the water out of the farm. Why do I keep losing buckets? I need to find a bucket. There we go. So there we go. Grabbed all the water out. And so once you do that, you will be left with water source blocks because the kelp turns it into a water source block. So all I have to do, break that, cover it in any type of solid block, or you could even use buckets on that, then break those or just use your bucket and it'll pick it all up. And your farm will be back to normal. Another maintenance tip, if you want to use this with cactus, you have to remember to break the corner blocks because cactus can't grow like when there's corner blocks right next to it. So you just break those and then you should be able to do your cactus just like that. And let's see, is there anything else I can remember? Oh yes, one last thing. If any of the blocks in here break and the crops spill out and there's water everywhere, all you have to do is really just replace the blocks and then place the crop back on top of them. So yeah, and it'll work 100% fine. There you go. So this has been the 0-tick farm. Hope you guys found this useful. Make sure to drop a like and a sub to my channel if you want to see more great content like this involving redstone primarily. And yeah, drop a comment for criticism, feedback, if you want to see a video in the future or anything like that. But I am Jespo, this has been the video, and I'm out.